Hi everybody, my name's Aaliyah and welcome to my channel, Aaliyah Uncharted. So it has been a minute since I last uploaded. August was a month, you guys. It was not the best time, and everything that I was filming just wasn't really working for me. So they are scrapped, not going to see the light of day, and we are going to start fresh with September. It is the season of fall, changes, new beginnings, and we're just going to roll with it. So today I'm going to be going over what I'm really excited to read in September. We are already halfway through September, but we're going to go with it anyway, whatever. And I do still plan on talking about the books I've read over the last few months. So hopefully a couple of videos will be coming out later this month talking about that. But for now, we're talking about the September TBR, and I'm really excited about it. So I've actually been really excited for September because a couple of my most anticipated releases for the year came out either at the end of August or right at the beginning of September. And so now I finally get to read them, and I'm very, very excited about it. So the first one of those is Darius the Great Deserves Better by Adib Khorram. This just came out on August 25th, and you can see my bookmark. I've already just started it. And this is the sequel to Darius the Great Is Not Okay. And I read this in January, and it is already one of my favorite books of the year. I adored it with my entire heart. And so now I get to read the sequel, and I'm very excited about it. So since this is a sequel, I can't really say too much about it. It kind of just follows the aftermath of Darius and his family's visit to Iran to visit and meet his grandparents out there. So yeah, this is his junior year. I think it's his junior year of high school. Anyway, these books are mainly just about Darius and him kind of gaining more self-esteem, figuring out what he wants, what he deserves, and he is just so precious. Darius as a character is so important to me, and I adore him. He is just wonderful. And in this book, he is on the soccer team. He's got a boyfriend, and he's just trying to figure out where he's going from there, what he actually wants, what he deserves, what life is going to look like moving forward. And I'm loving it already. So yes, I'm very, very excited. Obviously, I've already started it, so I'm sure I will be gushing about this when I eventually do a wrap up. So the other new release that I've been super excited about is Cemetery Boys by Aiden Thomas. This just came out on September 1st, and I'm so excited. I finally have my own copy. I've been dying to read this since I first heard about it months ago, and it was supposed to come out in June or July, something like that, but then COVID happened. But now I have it. I'm so excited. So this is about Yadriel, and he is a trans brujo, and because of his gender identity, his family isn't really being cool, and so he tries to do the a coming of age ritual by himself, since his family doesn't think it's going to work for him. And in so doing, instead of summoning his dead cousin, who he was trying to summon, he ended up summoning Julian, our resident bad boy, who is trying to figure out what happened to him and tries to enlist Yadriel's help. And that's all I know about this. Audrey over on Perpetual Pages has made a whole lot of content about this book. Their channel is practically a fan channel for Cemetery Boys at this point, but I'm not complaining about it because they're so excited about this. And so if you don't already know about this, check out their channel. They will get you excited about this. Anyway, I am just so excited about this because we've got trans boy brujo protagonist with a bad boy ghost love interest and witchiness. I don't know. I'm so excited. It's perfect for the season. It's, spooky, and it's perfect for Latinx Heritage Month, and it's just perfection, and I cannot wait to read this. Pretty much as soon as I'm done with Darius the Great, I will be reading this, and I am stoked. Another recent release that I am going to be reading in September, also already started it, is Raybearer by Jordan Ifueko. This is an African-inspired fantasy, and it follows our main character, Tarisai, and she has been raised with the intention of her joining the Emperor's Council of 11. And they are just these specially appointed 11 people to rule alongside the Emperor, and they have a really strong bond called the Ray. It's kind of like, we've got some mind meld going on. They can hear each other's thoughts, and then they also are kind of impenetrable. It's supposed to be like a lifelong bond, magic, that kind of thing. So she has been training and working towards becoming part of this 11. And so when she is 11, when she is 11, she goes to the capital to kind of fight for her position on this council and earn her position with the prince. And the only bad thing about this is her mom has kind of cursed her so that once she gains the prince's trust and actually gets on this council, she's cursed to kill him. And so this is following Tarisai as she tries to get on this council while also figuring out how to not kill this boy who she ends up really caring for in a platonic way. Anyway, so I have already started this on audio, and it is already amazing. Just the world building is so cool, and it's been a really long time since I've read just a straight up fantasy, like a high fantasy, and it is just so engaging because the world building is so cool and so different from anything I've ever read before, and I'm just so interested but also really anxious about how this is all going to turn out. But yeah, and it's supposed to just have really interesting representation, especially in terms of sexuality and stuff, I think later on, which is neat. And yes, Raybearer should just be excellent, and I'm excited about it. The next book I'm planning on reading is The Guest List by Lucy Foley, and this is a mystery novel, and to be honest, I don't know a whole lot about it. With this kind of thing, I don't really want to go in knowing a whole lot. All I know is it is a mystery novel that's been said to be really Agatha Christie-esque, kind of like And Then There Were None. We've got people going to an island for an engagement party or a wedding or something like that. I've seen it making its rounds everywhere with mixed reviews, actually, but I don't know. I'm excited about it. It's been a while since I've read a proper mystery novel, and I'm going to be buddy reading this with my mom, which is exciting. And yeah, I'm excited to get to it, and it should be fun. Definitely a fun change of pace. So it should be a good time. The last physical book I have on my TBR is Such a Fun Age by Kylie Reed. And this has also been making its rounds on BookTube and BookTwitter, mainly because it is a book that touches specifically on performative allyship and performative activism. I don't actually know a whole lot about the plot of this outside of those really main themes. From what I understand, the book kind of starts out with these two women. We have a white woman who's a feminist blogger, and then a young black woman who nannies the white woman's young toddler. And towards the beginning of the book, the young black woman ends up getting accused of stealing the toddler in her care when they go to the grocery store one day. And that seems to instigate a lot of different events and a lot of different things that kind of put the white woman's supposed allyship into question. That's kind of all I know about this. I don't think it's something that you really need to know a whole lot about going into outside of just knowing that this is going to be messy and just talking about why activism and allyship needs to be intentional and consistent. And I've heard that it's messy, but I'm really excited to read it anyway. It should be excellent, and I've heard really good things, so it should be good. So the last book I'm planning on reading in September is Hood Feminism by Mickey Kendall. This is a work of nonfiction that is talking about the areas that white feminism tends to miss. So the foundational elements of livelihood that can really be overlooked by modern white feminism. The things that really impact the everyday people, the marginalized, the people who don't have access to things that other more well-off white women might. So this is going to be talking about stuff like food security and healthcare, housing and general security, a lot of other things that I think a lot of white people in general, but especially like white feminists, can kind of take for granted, but that still impact what feminism looks like for other communities. I've heard that this is just a really excellent exploration about these things and those considerations that we need to be thinking about when we are talking about feminism and ways that we can make our feminism more intersectional and really actually work for all women and all people and not just those who have the loudest voice. So I'm excited to read it. It's supposed to be excellent, so it'll be good. Okay, so that is it. Those are all of the books that I'm really excited to read in September. Again, I've already started a couple of them and they're already really excellent, so hopefully that bodes well for the rest of the month. If you've read any of these books, please hop down into the comments and let me know what you thought of them, particularly if you've read Darius the Great Deserves Better and or Cemetery Boys, because I have a feeling I'm gonna have thoughts, and so I would love to talk to you about them. If you liked this video, please hit that like button, and while you're down there, you could totally hit subscribe. That'd be really cool. But yeah, that's all I've got for you guys today. Thank you so much for stopping by. I really appreciate it, and I will talk to you in the next one. Bye! I feel like I just turn into a fangirl, and then I'm not coherent at all. Did not do that right.